Hello, my beautiful learners. Welcome back to the English Bestie. If you are new here, I'm Lily, and I am so incredibly happy to see you. Take a deep breath with me. In and out. You made it. You are here. Welcome to day 2 of our 30 Days English Shadowing Challenge. I want to take a moment right now, just you and me, to celebrate the fact that you showed up today. Showing up through day 1 is exciting because it's new, but showing up for day 2, that takes dedication. That means you are serious about your growth. You are serious about finding your voice in English, and you are keeping the promise you made to yourself. I am so proud of you. Yesterday, we laid the foundation. We talked about introducing ourselves with confidence and grace. Today, we are taking a beautiful step forward into something that happens every single week, everywhere in the world. Today, we are mastering how to talk about your weekend. Now, this session is going to be long. It's designed to be a full, immersive masterclass. For the next hour or so, I want you to put your phone on silent if you can, close those extra browser tabs, pour yourself a cup of coffee or maybe some warm chamomile tea like I have right here. Settle into your chair, relax your shoulders, and let this be your time. You don't need to stress. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be here with me, listening to my voice and allowing yourself to practice without judgment. I am right here with you, holding your hand through every single sentence. We are going to make your English sound so natural, so elegant, and so uniquely you. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Before we get to the sentences, let's talk about why we are dedicating an entire day just to talking about the weekend. Picture this. It's Monday morning, you walk into the office or you log into your Zoom meeting, or maybe you are just picking up your coffee at the local cafe. You see a colleague or an acquaintance. They smile brightly and ask the inevitable question, "Hey, how was your weekend?" Now, if you were anything like I used to be when I was learning a new language, your brain might suddenly freeze. You did so many things over the weekend. You went to the park, you cooked a beautiful meal, you relaxed, you did laundry, but in that split second, panic sets in. And what do you say? "It was good. I just slept." Or "It was fine. Thank you." Does that sound familiar? Let me tell you a little story. When I was living abroad in my early 20s, trying to master a second language, I dreaded Monday mornings. I remember standing in the break room at my job, terrified that someone was going to ask me about my weekend. One weekend, I had actually gone on a beautiful train ride to the countryside. I had visited a historic castle and eaten the most amazing pastries. But when Monday came and my manager asked, "So, Lily, did you do anything fun?" My mind went completely blank. I just smiled awkwardly and said, "No, just home. It was fine." I walked away feeling so disappointed in myself. I had this vibrant, beautiful life, but I didn't have the words to share it. I felt like I was hiding my true personality behind a wall of basic vocabulary. And that is exactly why this skill is so crucial, my besties. Asking about the weekend isn't just an exchange of information. It is the universal icebreaker. It is how human beings connect. When you share a little detail about your weekend, like how you tried a new recipe that completely failed, or how you finally finished reading a great book, you give people a window into your soul. You move from being just a colleague or a student to being a three-dimensional, interesting person. You don't need to have climbed Mount Everest to have a good weekend story. There is beauty and elegance in the ordinary. You just need the right phrases to express that beauty. Today, we are going to replace "it was fine" with sentences that are rich, natural, and classy. By the end of this session, you are going to walk into next Monday hoping, actually wishing that someone asks you about your weekend. All right, my lovely learners, let's get to the core of our lesson today. I have handpicked incredibly natural, native-level sentences for you. These aren't the robotic phrases you find in old textbooks. These are the exact phrases I use with my friends, my family, and my colleagues. I'm going to introduce them one by one. I want you to listen closely to the meaning, the vocabulary, and the feeling behind the words. Don't worry about repeating them perfectly just yet. Our shadowing practice is coming later. Right now, just absorb. Sentence 1. I took it easy and just recharged my batteries. We are starting with a favorite. To take it easy means to relax, to do things without stress or a strict schedule. And recharging your batteries, isn't that a wonderful image? Just like you plug your phone into the wall when it's at 1%, sometimes our bodies and minds are at 1% on a Friday night. We need the weekend to plug in and recharge. Use this when your weekend involved lots of rest, maybe sleeping in and doing absolutely nothing demanding. Sentence 2. I caught up on some much-needed sleep. Let's be honest, sometimes this is the absolute best kind of weekend. Caught up on something means you are doing something you haven't had time to do recently. If you worked late every night last week, you have a sleep debt. So on Saturday, you catch up on sleep. Notice how we add much needed. It makes the sentence so much more expressive than just saying, I slept. It implies, I was exhausted and sleep was exactly what my body required. Sentence 3. I had a pretty low-key weekend, to be honest. Low-key is an essential English adjective. If an event is low-key, it is quiet, relaxed, and not overly planned. A big, loud party is high energy. A quiet dinner with one friend is low-key. Adding "to be honest" at the end softens the sentence. It's almost like you're sharing a tiny secret, saying, honestly, I didn't do anything crazy, and I loved it. Sentence 4. I spent some quality time with my family. Such a classy, beautiful sentence. Instead of just saying, I was with my family, you say, I spent quality time. Quality time means time where you are truly present. No phones, no distractions, just meaningful connection. Whether you played a board game, went for a walk, or just sat talking in the living room, this phrase shows that your family is important to you. Sentence 5. I finally got around to organizing my space. Oh, the satisfaction of a clean house. To get around to doing something means you finally did a task that you have been delaying or putting off for a while. We all have that one closet or that one desk drawer we ignore, right? So when you finally organize it on a Sunday afternoon, you can proudly tell your coworkers, I finally got around to organizing my space. It sounds so much more natural than I cleaned my room. Sentence 6. I met up with some close friends for brunch. Brunch, that lovely meal between breakfast and lunch. Met up with is a fantastic phrasal verb. It sounds much more casual and friendly than I had a meeting with my friends. You just met up with them. It implies a casual, happy gathering. Sentence 7. I binge-watched a fantastic new series. We are all guilty of this, aren't we? Binge-watching means watching multiple episodes of a television show in one sitting. You didn't just watch one episode, you sat on the couch with a blanket and watched half the season. It's a very modern, very common phrase that will make your English sound completely up to date. Sentence 8. I had a very productive weekend, ticking things off my to-do list. Sometimes the weekend isn't for resting, it's for getting things done. If you went grocery shopping, washed your car, paid the bills, and did laundry, you had a productive weekend. Ticking things off your to-do list creates a great visual. You know that satisfying feeling of taking a pen and putting a check mark next to a task? That's what this means. Sentence 9. I unplugged for a bit and enjoyed the outdoors. Unplugged. Again, we're using a technology metaphor for our real lives. To unplug means to step away from your computer, close your laptop, and put your phone away. If you went for a hike, went to the beach, or just sat in a park listening to the birds, this is the most elegant way to describe it. Sentence 10. I treated myself to a quiet evening with a good book. I love the phrase treated myself. It means you did something special just for you, as a little gift to yourself. A treat doesn't have to be expensive jewelry or a fancy dinner. Sometimes the best treat is a quiet evening, a cup of tea, and a wonderful story. This sentence shows that you value self-care. Sentence 11. It was a bit of a whirlwind, honestly, always on the go. Not all weekends are relaxing. Sometimes you have a friend's wedding on Saturday morning, a child's soccer game on Sunday afternoon, and a family dinner on Sunday night. A whirlwind is a storm with fast-spinning winds. When your weekend is a whirlwind, it means it was crazy, busy, and passed by very quickly. Always on the go means you never stopped moving. Sentence 12. I tried out a new recipe I've had my eye on. For my home chefs out there, if you say I've had my eye on something, a pasta recipe on Instagram 3 weeks ago, and you finally cooked it this weekend, this is a great conversation starter because the next question will naturally be, oh, what did you make? I had a lovely, lazy Sunday just pottering around the house. This is a very British, incredibly charming phrase. Pottering around means doing small, pleasant, unhurried tasks. Watering a plant, moving a book from the table to the shelf, folding a blanket. There's no rush, no pressure. It paints a picture of ultimate domestic peace. I made the most of the beautiful weather and went for a long walk. Our final sentence. Making the most of something means taking full advantage of a good situation. If the sun was shining after a week of rain, you didn't stay indoors. You went out and enjoyed it. It sounds positive, healthy, and incredibly fluent. There we have it. 14 gorgeous, colorful sentences. Notice how none of them are simply, I slept or I ate. They all tell a mini story. They share a feeling. All right, my besties, now comes the most important part of our masterclass. It is time for our guided shadowing practice. If you are new to shadowing, here's how it works. Shadowing is an imitation technique. You are going to be my shadow. You will listen to how I speak, and you will repeat after me, trying to match my pronunciation, my rhythm, and my emotion exactly. It is the absolute best way to train your mouth muscles to speak English naturally. We are going to do 3 full rounds. Round 1 is our active listening round. I will say the sentence slowly. I just want you to listen and read the words on the screen in your mind. Do not speak yet. Just let the sounds wash over you. Round 2 is our slow shadowing round. I will speak slowly and I will leave a long pause. You will repeat out loud in that pause. Round 3 is our natural speed round. This is where the magic happens. We will speak at a normal conversational pace, focusing on linking our words together smoothly. Do not worry about being perfect. If you stumble over a word, just smile, breathe, and keep going. I'm right here with you. Drink a little water if you need to. Let's begin. Round 1, active listening. Just listen, relax, and absorb the rhythm. I took it easy and just recharged my batteries. I caught up on some much-needed sleep. I had a pretty low-key weekend, to be honest. I spent some quality time with my family. I finally got around to organizing my space. I met up with some close friends for brunch. I binge-watched a fantastic new series. I had a very productive weekend, ticking things off my to-do list. I unplugged for a bit and enjoyed the outdoors. I treated myself to a quiet evening with a good book. It was a bit of a whirlwind, honestly, always on the go. I tried out a new recipe I've had my eye on. I had a lovely, lazy Sunday, just pottering around the house. I made the most of the beautiful weather and went for a long walk. Beautiful. Your brain is already processing those sounds. Now it's your turn to speak. I'm going to say each sentence slowly in 2 parts. After I speak, you will hear a pause. In that pause, I want you to repeat out loud. Speak from your chest. Use your voice. Don't whisper. Let's go. Sentence 1. I took it easy and just recharged my batteries. Sentence 2. I caught up on some much-needed sleep. Sentence 3. I had a pretty low-key weekend, to be honest. Sentence 4. I spent some quality time with my family. Sentence 5. I finally got around to organizing my space. Sentence 6. I met up with some close friends for brunch. Sentence 7. I binge-watched a fantastic new series. Sentence 8. I had a very productive weekend ticking things off my to-do list. Sentence 9. I unplugged for a bit and enjoyed the outdoors. Sentence 10. I treated myself to a quiet evening with a good book. Sentence 11. It was a bit of a whirlwind, honestly, always on the go. Sentence 12. I tried out a new recipe I've had my eye on. Sentence 13. I had a lovely, lazy Sunday, just pottering around the house. Sentence 14. I made the most of the beautiful weather and went for a long walk. Beautiful. Your brain is already processing those sounds. We are now moving to round 3. This is the natural speed round. I'm going to say the whole sentence exactly how I would say it to a friend in a coffee shop. I want you to try to mimic my intonation. If my voice goes up, your voice goes up. If I smile while saying it, I want you to smile while saying it too. Trust me, smiling changes the shape of your vowels. Are you ready? Deep breath. Let's conquer this. I took it easy and just recharged my batteries. I caught up on some much-needed sleep. I had a pretty low-key weekend, to be honest. I spent some quality time with my family. I finally got around to organizing my space. I met up with some close friends for brunch. I binge-watched a fantastic new series. I had a very productive weekend ticking things off my to-do list. I unplugged for a bit and enjoyed the outdoors. I treated myself to a quiet evening with a good book. It was a bit of a whirlwind, honestly, always on the go. I finally got around to organizing my space. I had a lovely, lazy Sunday, just pottering around the house. I made the most of the beautiful weather and went for a long walk. Huge, warm smile. You did it. Shake out your shoulders. You just shadowed 14 advanced native level sentences at full speed. I'm incredibly proud of you. That was not easy, but you stayed with me and you pushed through. Now, I want to show you how these pieces fit together in real life. Language isn't just a list of sentences. It's a tapestry. It's storytelling. So I'm going to share a real story with you about how my weekend actually went. I want you to sit back, relax your mind, and just listen. Try to visualize what I'm describing. Notice how I connect my sentences, notice the pauses, and see if you can hear some of the phrases we just practiced. So, if you asked me how my weekend was, I'd have to say it was a perfect balance of being productive and just completely relaxing. Friday evening, I was absolutely exhausted from filming and editing all week, so I had a pretty low-key night, to be honest. I treated myself to a quiet evening. I made a cup of peppermint tea, lit a vanilla candle, and binge-watched 3 episodes of that new historical drama series everyone has been talking about. I honestly fell asleep on the sofa by 10 p.m. But Saturday was completely different. I woke up early feeling so refreshed, and I decided to make the most of the beautiful weather. The sun was shining, there was a cool breeze, so I walked down to the local farmer's market. I love doing this on Saturday mornings. The smells of fresh bread and roasted coffee are incredible. I bought some fresh strawberries and a gorgeous bouquet of pink peonies. They are my absolute favorite flowers. Later in the afternoon, I finally got around to organizing my workspace. It had become such a mess during the week with papers and notes everywhere. You know that amazing feeling when your desk is finally clean? I felt like I could breathe again. So, Saturday was a very productive day, ticking things off my to-do list. Then came Sunday. Sunday was magic. It rained all morning, which I secretly love because it gave me the perfect excuse to stay indoors. I had a lovely, lazy Sunday, just pottering around the house. In the evening, I tried out a new recipe I've had my eye on, a creamy Tuscan garlic chicken. I put on some jazz music in the kitchen, poured a glass of sparkling water, and just enjoyed the process of cooking from scratch. So, by the time Monday rolled around, I felt like I had really taken it easy and recharged my batteries. It wasn't a whirlwind weekend, I wasn't always on the go, but it was exactly what I needed. Do you see how much more engaging that is than just saying, my weekend was fine, I went shopping and cooked? By adding small details, the vanilla candle, the pink peonies, the jazz music in the kitchen, you paint a picture. You invite the listener into your world, and that is the true secret to speaking beautiful English. It's not about perfect grammar every single time. It's about sharing your humanity. And now, my sweet friends, it is your turn. Yes, you have homework, but don't worry, it's the fun kind of homework. I don't just want you to watch this video and forget about it. I want you to apply what you've learned today so that it sticks in your long-term memory. Here is your homework for day 2. I want you to write a short paragraph, just 4 or 5 sentences, describing your ideal weekend or a weekend you recently had. I want you to use at least 3 of the phrases we practiced today. To help you get started, I'm going to give you 3 different weekend profiles. Choose the one that fits you best. Profile 1, the cozy homebody. If you love staying home, your paragraph might look like this. I had a pretty low-key weekend, to be honest. I stayed in my pajamas, caught up on some much-needed sleep, and treated myself to a quiet evening with a good book. It was wonderful. Profile 2, the social butterfly. If you love going out, you could say, my weekend was a bit of a whirlwind. I met up with some close friends for brunch on Saturday, and on Sunday, I made the most of the beautiful weather and went for a long walk in the city. Profile 3, the productivity master. If you love getting things done, try this. I had a very productive weekend, ticking things off my to-do list. I finally got around to organizing my space, and then I spent some quality time with my family in the evening. I want you to write your paragraph down. Write it in a physical notebook with a pen if you can. There is a powerful connection between the hand and the brain. Once you have written it, here is the most crucial part. I want you to go into your bathroom, look yourself in the mirror, and say it out loud. Look yourself right in the eyes, smile at yourself, and tell your reflection about your weekend. Do it 2 or 3 times until the words feel comfortable in your mouth, until it doesn't feel like you are reciting an English lesson, but simply telling a story about your life. My dear besties, look at what we've accomplished today. You've stayed with me for this entire masterclass. You've learned 14 highly elegant, native-sounding phrases. You've practiced your pronunciation, your intonation, and you've learned how to tell a beautiful story. I want you to take a moment to acknowledge your own hard work. Learning a language is not an overnight journey. It takes patience, it takes courage, and it takes showing up on the days when it feels difficult. but you are doing it. You are stepping out of your comfort zone, and I am honored to be your teacher and your guide on this journey. Tomorrow is day 3, and oh, we have a gorgeous topic planned. We are going to learn how to talk about your future dreams and plans. We are going to learn the elegant ways to express your hopes, your career goals, and the things you are deeply passionate about. You will definitely not want to miss it. Before we say goodbye, I have a small favor to ask. If you found value in our time together today, if you felt encouraged and learned something new, please take 1 second to click the like button. It helps our beautiful community grow. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the little notification bell so you never miss a day of our 30-day challenge. Also, I want to hear from you. Go to the comments section right now and drop your homework. Tell me about your weekend using the phrases we learned. I promise I will sit down tonight with a cup of tea and read as many of your stories as I possibly can. I love reading about your lives all around the world. Thank you for your time, your energy, and your beautiful spirit today. Drink lots of water. Rest your voice, and I will see you right back here tomorrow for day 3. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and remember, your English is getting better every single day. I love you all so much. Bye for now.